What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the Brew Lab with me, Lone Fox, your Brewmaster in Chief. And tonight, in the Brew Lab, I'm coming at you with a mono red deck. And it is also a burn deck, but it is not mono red burn, the one that we all know from the ladder with mechanized warfare. This is definitely closer to big red, but it's big red burn. And it's been doing some things for me, like really fun. Like I've been enjoying playing it, whether I, lose to, because red right now has some obvious enemies. I'm thinking about Vindicators, Obliterators, that sort of thing. But when you don't run into those matchups, the rest feels pretty spectacular. So without further ado, let's jump into tonight's brew, simply called All Will Be Battle. And that is because we are leveraging All Will Be One. One of my favorite cards from the set that it's named after. Or did they name the set after the card or the card after the set? All Be One. Interesting card. The way it was phrased when it was initially released really got a lot of people scratching their heads. Because, you can do the damage. You need something with counters to enter the battlefield or for you to put some sort of counters on something. So, that's why we've got all these battles that enter the battlefield with defense counters, as well as Koth with his loyalty and the Devastator with its +1/+1 counters. We're trying to trigger this this card and burn the opponent out. But the rest of the wording was what really got me confused. It deals that much damage as the amount of counters to target opponent, creature an opponent controls, or planeswalker an opponent controls. And initially I was like, why doesn't it just say to any target? What else can you deal damage to, right? Creatures, planeswalkers, opponents, that's it. You can't deal damage to enchantments or artifacts or lands or whatever. So why doesn't it just say to any target? And then March of the Machine came along with the new card type battles, and then it all made sense. Because if it said any target, then you would be able to immediately flip your own battles. You just play it and then deal 4 damage to itself and flip it straight away. And that would have been a little bit too busted. So I can see now retrospectively like why they had to make it like that. But anyway, for the sake of this deck, it really doesn't matter whether we can flip our battles immediately or not. The whole point here is to go face. Face is the place. Every time we're going to go face. So the rest of the deck is just a bunch of things, like I said, with some sort of counter on it. And the things that aren't of that nature are removal spells. So and especially ones that can go face. So we've got Play with Fire, Lightning Strike, which we can also attack our own battles with because they can go any target. But we've also got Nahiri's Warcrafting to help us with that, as well as just being, you can kill Shield Red and whatnot. We've got a sweeper in the Invasion of Karsus. Let me just quickly point out that both the big invasions that we have, the Regatha and the Karsus here, not only have they got a lot of defense counters, so great with All Be One, but their backsides are also, their transformed side are also great in a burn deck. They further the burn plan. So Disciples of the Inferno, non-creature sources that deal damage, deal an additional 2 more instead. So now all of your All We Want triggers are dealing an extra 2. And then the backside of Karsus, the Refraction Elemental, whenever you cast a spell, any spell, Planeswalker, whatever, 2 damage to each opponent. And it's got Ward Pay 2 life. So again, just whatever we can do to bring the opponent's life total to 0 as quickly as possible. And the invasions really help. Of course, Invasion of Tarkir also can go face, as well as it being a win con. The Defiant Thundermaw is bursted. And we've got the full playset of the Shivan Devastator in here to occasionally do a little bit extra damage with it. But what I really like the Shivan Devastator is, it's good already in the situation I'm about to describe, whether or not you run All Be One, because late in the game you got 6-7 mana or whatever, and you're top decking, and then you top deck one of these, it just becomes like a 7/7 fireball to the face. But when you couple that with All Be One, it's just explosive AF, because in the example I just made, it'll enter the battlefield with 7 +1/+1 counters. That's 7 damage off of the All Will Be One, and it gets to swing for 7, potentially 14 damage off the top of your library before the opponent can even say lick splickety split. So pretty nice. And that's it. That's the deck. Pretty simple. Koth is just going to help us ramp into all we want because we are just playing 24 lands. I had another version of the deck that also had Chandra in it and went up to 26 lands, but this just feels a little bit more cool. Like the Chandra one, I wasn't playing all the battles with because you want the +1 from Chandra to be goodish. Here we had all these like permanents, so did away with Chandra, and yeah, Koth is our planeswalker of choice. Of course, the emblem is great in a burn deck because then every time you play a mountain, it's 4 damage to any target. It can be used as removal, and it can help us ramp, so just fantastic. And also, you know, when I make brews like this where everything just gets to be a 4 of, it's just super consistent. Really like it. So that's enough blabbing. Let's jump into some games. See how the deck performs on this like late season Mythic ladder. Lots of interesting innovation. I'm down in the like mid to high 80s. It's where a lot of the cool stuff is happening in Mythic. You know, once you get into the upper 90s and numbers, it's like all the tryhards playing meta decks. It starts to get very boring and repetitive. Here in the lower 80s, people are still doing funky stuff. However, I've been running into, like, in testing earlier today, I don't know how many freaking control decks I had to wade through. Just, wow. Jace pile after Jace pile after Jace pile. Nice to find an untapped, you know, another, you know, not Sokenzan, because, I mean, how is this Shuffler? We've only got 2 of these. They're in your opening hand almost every time. Cool. These things keep coming back, so pretty annoying, but should be okay. Gat skull. No, that's not enough mana to pay for the phoenixes, I'm afraid. And we have just gone and found our main freaking win count. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the Invasion of Tarkir. Would love a land next turn. I think the opponent would also really love a land next turn. Okay, so that's one way of finding a land. We get to look at the top 4. And I doubt he's playing anything that will be able to deal with this. You know, they sometimes play Obliterating Bolt. Sometimes. Or like what, 2 play with fires? Fine. Bring it on. Opponent's bricking, so I'm not feeling too special about this win, but I guess it's his fault for holding a 2-lander. Could have done the 2 to the Phoenix, but at this point I'm not too worried. We're doing the thing. Now this is like 9 damage to face with all we want in play. 5 defense counters plus 4. It's 9 damage. Just out of nowhere. So nice. Or we may just go for the Devastator. Okay. I'll take 6. No worries. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Off you go. On to the next one. Alright, so, I mean, that's... I think mono red, like, in a more aggro package, like, I think we'll just run over every single time unless we like brick on lands or something. We just have all the tools, like the sweepers, the removal. Like mono red doesn't really bother me with this deck. I'm more worried about mono black. You know, freaking obliterator could be a real problem. I want this Gandalf thing. Yes, 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 yes. Very nice. Uh-oh. Looking like control. So let's burn them as much as we possibly can. As quickly as freaking humanly possible. Ugh, blue mages. Am I right? You've even got the Gandalf. I mean, we're just dying to play that Gandalf. Okay, let's try and bait a removal spell here. I mean a counter spell. There's like a 1,000,000% chance that he's got it. Oh! What? Prologue? Is there black mana in this deck somewhere that I'm unaware of? Or are you trying to play Azorius Toxic here? I mean... let's go to combat first. See if he ain't got something to interact with my Devastator. Then I'll pass the turn and hold up Lightning Strike. Was just waiting for that, you know, opponent to be tapped out. However, there's probably Wandering Emperors now, unfortunately. I'm running into so many control decks these days, guys. It's really quite something. I'm totally okay with that. Now let's see if he's got some counter magic, actual freaking counter magic, and not just bouncy stuff. Yeah, well. Proliferate sucks when you have battles on the board. Is there anything worse than just that? Like, I can't think of anything worse than that. Really grinds my gears. Wow, let's see if there was black and I'm okay. No. Go 1-1. Okay. Hello. And just give up on flipping these ever. I'm really not too worried about that. Cool. He knows it's in my hand, so let's just get this over and done with. Bigger Devastator? Nah. Down to 6. We're also on 6 freaking toxic thingies. He has not missed a single land drop. And he's countered virtually everything I've played. Wow, man. Just wow. Amazing. At least there's no Wandering Emperors yet. One good thing about this kind of Isle of Wrap control deck. Sorry guys if I'm a bit salty. I like in testing, I mentioned it earlier, I ran into like 3 Esper Mill players in a row. You better have the counter again or you're just dead. Please scoop. Please scoop. Please scoop. No, he's even got Devious cover up. You are such a slimy human. Come on. Yeah. Sunfall. Woo. That means you're running out of stuff. Sure. Hopefully activates this little 1/1. Let's try again. Bro. Just bro. What a crap deck. Ugh. Unbelievable. Truly disgusting. Why would you do that? Nine. And you lose. 2. What a noob. What a noob. Oh, so happy I beat you. Bye-bye. Gotta cram all of those counter spells where the sun don't shine. Whew. On to the next one. You can tell when I'm a happy brewmaster. That's when I beat those people. What's your win con? What are you doing? What are you doing, man? What are you doing? Just countering all my spells? Ew. Very nice. I like it. I like it a lot. Mate. I'm telling you, this is the meta now. Like, get ready for this until August. It's just control, control, control. Every step of the way. I mean, it could still maybe be soldiers, but... Aha! Why, hello there. Good of you to stop by. Jeskai? Virtuoso? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Again, like I said, we're in the lower 80s here. Like this, the people are doing weird stuff, especially this late. Like when there's only a few more days left in the season, people just be trying all kinds of nonsense. We're like not even 20 minutes in, and we've how many matches is that? 4th one. probably going to go for a little bit of a shorter video again tonight. I have a big booking at the restaurant of the lodge I work in. 15 people coming over for dinner. I need to go and prep my team. Okay. Yes. One more land makes us able to play Koth, and then that'll bring us into all will be one. Looking like ramp. Yep. Uh-oh. Ramp is scary. Ramp that misses land drops. Not quite that scary. Oh, Sonu Mitoko. Now you're welcome to use your whatever the thing is called. What's it called? Oh my goodness, I never remember the flash enchantment with domain. Huh? That's fine. Now, if he prioritizes Leyline Binding, that's the card I'm thinking of. He needs to decide whether he wants to kill Koth or kill the all, get rid of the all will be one. Cool. Perfect. Perfect. Could not have asked for a better, series of events. So we can do a few different things. Yeah, we can. I think we just +2 so that our own Invasion of Karsus doesn't kill us. And then we can go Invasion of Karsus. And that'll do 4. So now it's, we're worrying about Atraxas and Talies and things, but a little less worried.
That's enough. This is it then. The only path to victory is fighting side by side. We take this land from Phyrexia.
Pretty cool, hey? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Say he's one land away from Italia or Traxa. Wow, dude. Wow. Just wow. 3rd Archangel. Unbelievable. It's not amazing, but I'll do it. This is just GG next turn, so if he needs a Leyline Binding or 2, or we win. Nah. Sorry, mate. That ain't gonna do it. Yes. Oh, baby, baby. I love it. Gotta love it. All right, guys. Like, I wish I don't have time for more. This is going to have to be just one of those shorter clips, I'm afraid. I really do need to rush off and get into the kitchen. But jumping back into the deck with my final thoughts and overall review. Nice. Very nice. Thoroughly enjoying it. I'm going to quickly see if I've got some stats, like if the sample size is big enough for me to actually show you guys anything relevant in Untapped. Okay, I mean, it's 6-4-3 at the moment, so it could also be worse, you know? Not terrible. I think those 3 games I lost were against, you know, I had one where I couldn't find my lands, and one against like a super annoying Esper Mill type deck earlier. So overall, like, also win rates are doing pretty fine. I'm going to continue to play it after I finish my shift. And then when I post this to Twitter tomorrow, I will include some stats from Untapped. But that is going to be it for tonight's gameplay footage. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, kindly consider leaving a thumbs up. You know, of course, subscribing to the channel really helps. And yeah, comment. Love me those. I will be seeing you all in the next one with another fresh brew. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the Brew Lab signing out. Peace, y'all.